today I'm giving information on how to apply for the Kuwait nursing job. Now the Kuwait nursing jobs are open. So there are few things which I'm going to give a proper information on, which is the documents required, CV preparation, education qualification, and experience. So required documents for this is a proper curriculum vitae, which should be in the PDF file also, and it should be a minimum 6 pages or five pages. So make sure your CV should be minimum 6 pages. Like I've seen many CVs, like they just come nursing people, students, they come over here, they give a 1 page 2 page of a nursing, no proper informations, no guidelines are mentioned in that, just their name, address, career objective, personal details, and where they worked. That's it. That is what they have mentioned. That's not called as a curriculum vitae. I'll give you a proper information what the curriculum vitae means is. The second document is a high school graduation certificate. Then the third one is a medical school transcript certificate, which will be provided by your respective school or college. And a postgraduate nursing education certificate, nursing school transcript for the bachelor and diploma, working experience graduation to current, that will be provided by your respective school that you are working there. Then nursing license from the last country worked in, which is KSNC license holder. Then passport at least valid for the 2 years. Then recent passport size photo, which background should be black, where clearly they have mentioned in the terms and conditions that background should be black in color. So make sure even your passport also, which is minimum 3 years of minimum validity on that. So let's move on regarding the next criteria. So when you go to the application in the Kuwait, where I have given in the link, if you have an account for the new job application, you go with the user ID and password. If you do not have an account, you create an account, give a username. Your username should be like Padma123, finish. Then your password Padma at 123. Then confirm the same password. Then after that, your passport, give information on the identity, like what kind of identity you would like to, like means domestic. Give information of a international only, like a passport details only you give. Then once everything is done, give submit, and go to the main page, give a user ID and password. Now your personal details, what you have already filled, it will come automatically. Now you have to start from the education qualification details. So whenever you're giving the education qualification details, you don't have to give education qualification details of the 10 SSC, nothing but GPA, CGPA is nothing but it is there in the transcript certificate. Give proper information on the transcript certificate, or you can calculate as if your marks is, when you're calculating, if it is 500, so out of 5 it is 5.0. That's how the CGPA marks is calculated. Then now let's come for the working experience. Now I wanted to give a proper information on the CV part. Don't give a proper information. See, whenever you are giving for the international job, the HR or the who provides the job, they usually look after for what kind of CVs you have given and what kind of equipment or the clarity they are looking out of your CV, because personally they don't know who are you, what. They will take a face to face interview, but the first they will see your CV. From the CV, that is what they do as a screening, that is what we call it as a screening. Once you give a proper information on your CV, then your CV is selected, and after that you will go for the face to face interview. If you in the screening only, if your CV is rejected, you will not go for the second round. So make sure all these things are come in your CV. So you have to mention as a curriculum vitae, put your name, mobile number, email address, then the career objective. So there are a lot of career objective. You can mention whatever the career objectives are. Then it comes as a personal, personal details, or we call it as a personal particulars, like father's name, gender, date of birth, marital status, nationality, religion, profession, permanent address, and the present address. Give a proper information of permanent and the present, because present address where you're working, permanent address is as per your Aadhaar card. So give both the information. Now the real part comes. See, the important criteria for international jobs are English language. So if you know English clearly, you will be selected for these kinds of jobs. So make sure you read newspapers, you read novels, listen to some kind of a musics, movies, watch movies, so your English improves. So when you are giving a language proficiency, make sure you mention read, write, speak, and comprehend. See, now it comes as a English. English you can read, you can write, you can speak. Hindi, some people cannot write, so cannot read and cannot write, but they can speak. So in a read, you make it as a circle. In a write, you make it as a circle. Then in a speak, you make it as a right mark. Malayalam, Kannada, so all that you make sure you clearly you mention read, write, speak, and comprehend. Even if you know any kind of a international language, that is also you mention clearly. After that, mention your strengths: good communication skill, punctual and quick learner, taking responsibilities, handling problem, leadership quality, honesty, patience. There are a lot of strengths nowadays. If you put it in the Google account, you will get so many informations regarding the strength. Put some three four things which is very much related to you. Then passport details, just don't mention passport details, it's a valid. Give a passport number, date of issue, date of expiry, place of issue, make a columns properly and give it. Education qualification, now in this they are not asking the professional education qualification, they are asking the regular education qualification, which is SSLC, PUC, and a graduation. If you are doing any kind of a not that BSc, that is also called as a graduation, but it's kind of a different according to these peoples when you are giving for the international. So in a education qualification, just mention SSLC and PUC. In your professional qualification, give your KSNC registration number, then BSc details, BSc nursing details. And in BSc nursing details also, I have seen, I have come across some of the CVs. They give information of when they have joined for the course and when they have quit the course, or when the course is ending date. No, don't mention that. You mention 2021 to 22, 22 to 23, 23 to 24, 24 to 25. Mention in that way. Then professional qualification, the next one, professional qualification and the registration number. Rajiv Gandhi University, board, which college you have studied, all that information. And after that, types of patients you have handled. Now it comes the real part. Now you must be having a 1 year experience, 1+ years experience for this. So when you are having a 1+ years experience, you need to mention types of patients you have handled, like a cancer patient, then head injury, patients with the diabetic foot, all that, tuberculosis patients, COPD, OP poisoning, snake bite, icy bleed. So all those things you have to give information. Then the next part is experience details. Now the experience details also, I have seen, I have working in as a staff nurse at a so and so college. No, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like present employee name and address. You give a heading for that. Give firm and industry name, which hospital, nature of business, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a, what kind of a nature of a business. Hospitalization is a nature of the business. Place where, it's in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mangalore, Manipal, where you are doing. Bed strength of the hospital, 300, 400, 500, 1200. Designation, what is your designation in that? Staff nurse, midwifery, or whatever that you mention. Clinical area, it's MICU, ICU, medical ICU, and the duration. If you are joined January 2022 to till date, or still working, mention that. Then after that, the next part should come as a hospital profile. Mention that this is the hospital. If it is a hospital, you mention as a regular hospital. If it is a multi-speciality hospital, mention it's a hospital is a multi-speciality hospital with the academic of education of a medical excellence. It has a capacity of 1250 beds and admits the patients under the general medicine and surgery, orthopedic, then there are a lot of things you can have, you can cover it up in that. So that is how they also see when you give these kind of, when you present these kind of CVs. Now it comes as in that if you have a 2+ years of experience, 1+ years of experience, you have to give a information of the duties and responsibilities what you have done there. So duties and responsibility, make some 12 points duties and responsibilities, like nursing documentation in a brief and complete manner, carry out doctor's orders accurately, administrator drugs, assistant physicians of different procedures, receive and take care of the post-operative patient. So the next one comes as a patient care and responsibility. So mention again some some 20-30 points, or some at least some 12 points, so your CV looks little much better, little hatke by some other CVs. Maintaining good nursing patient relationship, prepare the patient of the radiation therapy, maintaining all the records, maintaining good relationship the colleagues and the supervisors, then proper take over the patients from the previous shift staffs and the proper handover to respective staff nurses. Then other duties and responsibilities, like assistant duties in the various procedures, like incubation and extubation, dressing, chest tube, all that. Then lumbar puncture, then supervisory responsibilities. Then after comes routine functions, this admit and discharge patients, carry out doctor's rounds, attending the nutritional needs of the patient and feed helpers patients. Then equipment handled, this is very important one, which equipment and all you have handled in the hospital. It's like a electric BP monitor, manual BP, glucometer, nebulizer, ECG machines, thermometer. Then all those things, those are the informations are very, it should be very clear. Then few people they'll mention reference, you can mention only one reference or two reference also you can mention, it depends. But whoever name you mention in the reference, make sure you ask their permission that I would be giving you a reference in my CV, so that if anybody gives you a call, say that the student, this student is mine, yeah, I know that student, like that. So the lecturer knows what is reference means, so you can keep the reference part in your CV, or you can just leave that. Then comes as a declaration, then thank you, and your name. So that's all the part of a proper CV. So this should be in the CV. So let's come back to the requirement position. Yes. So once, so when you come to the requirement position, you have to clear mention the requirement position in the Kuwait job. Uh, at present, for these kind of a nursing, 450 KWD, which is Kuwait dinar, respectively paid as a salary. And when you mention as a 450 KWD as a salary, and when you convert to Indian rupee, it comes as a 1,36,745. That's what the international, when you convert the Kuwait dinar to regular our Indian rupee. So make sure when these kinds of a job, they expect a kind of a proper CV, and make sure you give proper information on the CV. Like once you create these kinds of CVs, it is acceptable to the multiple countries, like UK, Australia, New Zealand, Europe countries, everywhere. Usually these kinds of CVs will take. Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi, and US. US is very difficult. I have seen many people that they are trying for the US. I think, as I know, only 2 to 3 people have cracked for the US, because your English should be so good that they will give English exams. So you have to make sure that when you are applying for the US, CV, no problem. Whatever I've said you regarding the CV, that is a 100%. It's a correct CV when you are giving for the US, but your English should be superb to crack the this US market. Uh, yeah, that's it. And any kind of a doubt, if it is there, you can call to the contact number. We will give information on the description part, and contact details also we will give. If you are looking out for the CV